Hello everybody, welcome back to LIG Gaming. I'm your host Ian, and today we're back on Fallout 4. So I'm going to do some settlement building today, and as you can tell, we're on Spectacle Island, and we're going to begin a colonial themed Spectacle Island build. So we're going to start today's build with the pier. As you can see, I've already put a shack foundation in place there. That's just purely because it was a little awkward to get that piece in. It just makes it easier for the video. So we're going to use shack pieces. As you can see, I'm doubling up and putting two aside. I did try this to start with just one, and it didn't quite look right. So double it up, give it a bigger area, it looks a little bit better. But it's basically starting from the shoreline with the shack foundations, going out. I have six out to keep it nice and even, and two across. As you can see, a couple of them just near this bottom area can be a little bit fiddy, but if you bear with it, it does get a lot easier. Made it a little worse for myself because I'm a little bit of a perfectionist with the way that the shack foundations are facing. I hate it if one's facing the wrong way. But as you can see, we go up to the top, and I've gone out 5 on this particular one. That takes us just close to the edge of the building area, and I've come back on the other side. I've gone 3 up and I'm going 5 out again. Again, that's just me with my slight OCD. So that's your basic pier. Now, to add a little bit of detail, I've used the barn and the posts, whichever you want to call them. I'm using the large ones to start with, and as you can see, just clicking them in at the bottom there so they're heading down. Basically give the illusion that they're supporting the main structure of the pier. This is obviously purely decoration. I just think it gives it a more authentic look, makes it look a bit real. As you can see, at this point I skip a couple of them. That's purely because I'm a little too close to the existing building there, but as this is purely just to show you guys how I've done it, you can spend a little time. It is possible to rug glitch them in, or you can move your pier slightly further away from the existing buildings. It's just, for this video, it was a bit of a pain. Again, you see it, I've gone a little bit outside of the build area there, so I can't quite click in at the top one. Bit of a pain at the time, but it does actually work out that that's how it looks better like that. All I've done here is transferred over to the small posts, and everywhere I put a large one, I just click a small one in on top. And if you notice, I'm not doing every side. The sides that I've left open would be theoretically where your boats would land to be loaded and unloaded, one on each side. So this place can take 2. The whole idea of this one for me personally is I want to set up a sort of ration station, if you will. Basically, all my water purification and my food supply and everything is going to be basically here for 90% of my settlements. I'm basically going to set it up so all my farms are here, quite a few water purifiers, set up the trade routes, or I can't remember what they're called off the top of my head, you guys know what I mean, and just make it so my supply routes, there we go, I got it. Just so it supplies all of my other settlements. That'll be the idea once it's finished. Now this has no function, it is just purely decorational. It's when I built my Spectacle Island on my save, this part always looked a bit off with nothing here, and I couldn't ever think of anything to actually build on it. And when I decided to go for the colonial look, a pier just seemed right. Obviously on an island like that, you'd have a pier where all your supplies go in and out. So I've just decorated it with the extras that we got with the Far Harbour DLC. These little lanterns that I'm putting down now are from the Children of Atom part of the DLC. Obviously I've got the crates and everything there. 99% of the decoration for this is from the Far Harbour, obviously nautical themed, it's a pier, it suits. Basically what I've done is just scattered a bit of light decoration, and I'm going to make it look like it's a working pier at the bottom. I'm going to use some decorations just to make it look like fishermen use this pier. Putting a couple of tables out, a couple of fish racks, a couple of baskets with the fish stuff in. And the building you just see there that's pre-existing, I've gone in beforehand and cleared out the few bits and bats that were in there. I think it's literally just 2 boxes and a picnic table. I've cleared them out of there, and I'm going to decorate that up. That's going to basically be our storeroom. This part is basically, like I said, just set up so it makes it look like a fisherman's using it. A couple of lobster pots round, a couple of fishing pots, and just see what you notice I'm only using the oil lanterns. For 99% of this settlement it will be candles or oil lanterns or the oil lamps that I use to power everything. I have got a fusion generator on this settlement at the minute that's purely powering up buildings, because to start with on this save I was using this settlement as my base of operations for my automatron, or automatron, sorry, I always make that wrong, do apologise. So it has got a fusion generator to start with, but by the time we're finished it will all be either candle or oil. As you see, I do mix it up with the 2 different types of lanterns, or there's 3 or 4 different types with the Children of Atom stuff and the oil lamps. I had a bit of trouble placing this one. Looked good from that point of view, and then when I went closer, obviously it was hovering, so it looked a bit daft. I have to be careful of that. If any of you guys spot that I've put one down and it is hovering, please let me know in the comments, because I'm forever missing them. I go back 3-4 days later and think, why are you floating? Again, bit of difficulty on this one again. Couldn't find anywhere to leave that one. And there we go. Bit tricky on. But yep, like I say, I've already cleared this building out to the side here, so I just go in. Basically just using the Far Harbour DLC decorations and everything again, the miscellaneous stuff, lobster pots, fishing crates, and then I go back to using the wooden crates out of the base game storage, which for me personally I think it works quite well, doesn't look too bad. One of the oil lanterns round and an oil lamp. That's there purely so I don't walk into the water when it's night time, because I never put my pit boy light on and I've ended up walking into the water a few times. But generally what you get. As I say, it's literally just in the containers using the wooden crates, just piling a couple of them up, making it look like this is like a storage area of stuff. That could be grain or tins of purified water or anything waiting to go out on the next ship coming in, or on the next vertibird or whatever else. And there's one other thing on here, especially with mods coming at the end of this month. I am hopefully going to put in a vertibird landing pad and hopefully another design of a bar. Well, there'll be several bars on this, but hopefully with a vertibird bar, helipad next to one of the barns, just so it looks like a loading and storage area for anything coming in and out. But as you can see, I'm just mixing it up with the different types of lanterns and everything. Some of these from the Children of Atom part of the Far Harbour DLC are just brilliant. Well, personally, I think they're brilliant. The effects that they have on the lighting and everything are brilliant. Some of the best ones that we've got. I'll just scatter a few lanterns. It may seem like overkill, but I think it personally sets the effect off. But I'll leave it there, guys. Have a round, and hopefully you've enjoyed the video. You like what you see. Hopefully if you don't follow this, it's give you guys a few ideas. If you do, please, if you have enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe and comment. Always happy to hear any ideas or any way you think we can improve any of the builds. But for now, I've been Ian, this is LIG Gaming. Thank you very much for watching and see you again soon.